Not metaphorically alive, but responsive, adaptive, almost sentient. The walls of your apartment subtly adjust their color temperature as your circadian rhythm shifts. Your home's AI has brewed your coffee and chosen your breakfast based on your biometric data from sleep. You step into the elevator. It already knows where you're going, having coordinated with your calendar and the flow of people in the building. Outside, streets hum with quiet efficiency. No honking, no traffic jams, no road rage. Autonomous vehicles glide like blood cells through the arteries of the city, perfectly synchronized by a neural network managing millions of variables in real time. This is the fully automated city of 2050. At first glance, it's utopian. Energy grids balance themselves. Trash is collected before you even notice it's there. Drones monitor air quality and deploy micro-purifiers when pollution spikes. Parks expand and contract dynamically based on human activity. There's no chaos, only seamless orchestration. But let's pause for a moment. How did we get here? And what does it really mean to live in a city that thinks? Fully automated cities began as an answer to mounting crises: overpopulation, climate change, and the inefficiencies of old urban systems. By 2030, the first prototypes emerged in Asia and the Middle East, cities built from scratch with AI at their core. Unlike traditional urban planning, these cities weren't static blueprints. They were living systems designed to evolve. Sensors embedded in every streetlight and sidewalk track movement, weather, and energy use. Artificial intelligence doesn't just respond to the environment, it predicts needs before they arise. A sudden influx of people to one district? Public transport automatically reconfigures routes, dispatching extra autonomous buses and adjusting traffic flows. Healthcare became decentralized. Instead of waiting in clinics, biometric scanners in public spaces detect anomalies in heart rates or respiratory patterns. AI doctors analyze the data instantly, sometimes sending autonomous ambulances before you realize you're unwell. Housing is modular and intelligent. Walls shift to create more space when guests arrive. Smart kitchens order food automatically. Waste is sorted at the molecular level and recycled without human intervention. But this level of automation isn't just about convenience. It reshapes the fabric of society. Work as we know it is disappearing. Logistics, manufacturing, transportation, administration, all handled by machines. Some see this as liberation, a world where humans are freed from mundane labor to pursue creativity, leisure, and meaning. Others warn of mass unemployment and a widening chasm between those who own the algorithms and those who don't. And then there's the question of control. In these cities, surveillance isn't optional. Cameras and sensors track every movement under the banner of security and optimization. AI systems analyze behavior patterns, flag anomalies, and even predict crimes before they happen. For some, this is comforting, a guarantee of safety. For others, it's a nightmare of algorithmic authoritarianism. If your life is optimized by a system you don't understand and can't override, are you still free? Or have you become a node in a machine too vast to resist? But let's not slip entirely into dystopia. Automation has extraordinary potential to heal cities. Slums replaced by affordable AI-managed housing. Food deserts eliminated by autonomous vertical farms growing produce inside urban towers. Carbon-neutral infrastructure reversing decades of environmental damage. Even public spaces are reimagined. Sidewalks glow softly at night, powered by kinetic energy from passing footsteps. Parks bloom dynamically, shifting layouts to maximize biodiversity. Art installations change based on community input collected in real time. In these cities, loneliness could fade too. Social robots act as companions for the elderly. AI matchmakers connect people not through swipes, but by deeply analyzing personality traits and emotional needs. Digital community hubs foster collaboration and belonging. But automation also brings fragility. What happens when the systems fail? A city so dependent on AI could grind to a halt in the face of cyber attacks, glitches, or power disruptions. In seeking perfection, we may have created brittle utopias. By 2050, fully automated cities won't be a novelty. They will be the standard in parts of the world. The real question is whether humanity will thrive in these environments, or whether we'll lose something essential along the way. Because a city isn't just infrastructure. It's a mirror of our values, our relationships, our aspirations. In automating the city, are we automating the human spirit? Will these intelligent environments help us flourish, or will they quietly reshape us into something unrecognizable? The cities of 2050 are waiting. The future isn't being built tomorrow. It's being designed today. And the greatest question is not how smart our cities will become, but how wise we'll be in deciding what to let them do. Most of us understand this with money. Save a little, reinvest the returns. Watch as the curve bends upwards. But what we rarely grasp is how compounding operates in life decisions, in habits, relationships, knowledge, and even identity. Think about this. A single choice to read 10 pages a day doesn't feel transformative. But 10 pages a day over 5 years? That's 1850 pages, roughly 50 books, 50 worlds you've stepped into that others haven't. You're not the same person anymore. But compounding cuts both ways. The habit of scrolling endlessly at night? That isn't neutral. It compounds too. Attention, eroded in tiny slices, becomes the inability to focus. Minutes lost become years you can't get back. The real danger lies in the early stages of compounding. At first, nothing seems to change. You go to the gym for a week and your body looks the same. You meditate for a month and your mind still feels chaotic. So you quit, assuming your efforts were wasted. But this is the deceptive phase, the flat part of the curve. Compounding is testing your patience. It's asking, can you trust me even when I give you nothing? Now let's zoom out. Relationships compound too. Each small act of kindness or resentment doesn't just live in the moment. It ripples forward. A single thoughtful gesture today can strengthen trust for years. A careless word can fracture it. Knowledge compounds as well. The first time you study a subject, it's hard. You're building mental scaffolding. But each new insight hooks onto the old ones, making understanding easier and faster. Soon, you're not just learning facts, you're seeing patterns others can't. Even your character compounds. Every small decision to act with integrity, or to cut corners, leaves a residue. Over time, those residues harden into who you are. You don't rise to the level of your ambitions, you fall to the level of your systems. Here's the provocative truth. In the long run, life isn't about massive breakthroughs. It's about tiny, almost invisible choices repeated obsessively. People overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a decade. If you want to harness compounding, there are 3 principles to remember. First, start small, but start now. The earlier you begin, the more time you give the curve to bend. Waiting for the perfect moment is like trying to time the stock market. You'll lose. Second, stay consistent during the invisible phase. This is where most people give up. They want fireworks in month 1, but compounding only rewards those who endure boredom. And third, be mindful of negative compounding. Tiny destructive habits seem harmless until they aren't. Debt, poor health, broken trust, these too grow exponentially. Compounding is the closest thing we have to magic. It turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. But it demands something modern life struggles to give us: patience. So ask yourself, what tiny action could I take today that, if repeated for years, would change everything? And what tiny habits am I tolerating that, if left unchecked, will quietly destroy me? The answer to those 2 questions might be the most important investment decision of your life.